I will support it.
Thank you. Miriam Cates.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. The existence and contents of this bill encapsulate both the opportunities and the complexities that we, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, face as we reach the end of the transition period. As we regain control of our money, our borders and our laws, we have the opportunity to innovate and, in relation to taxation, to remould our regulations around the values and requirements of our modern UK economy. For example, this bill brings forward some administrative and procedural VAT changes that are not only legally necessary, but also allow us to tackle non-compliance and to support our high streets to compete with online sales. This is particularly important in the current economic climate, where for nearly 9 months our high streets have faced unprecedented restrictions and sales have plummeted, whereas online retailers have traded unhindered and made record profits. I therefore support the measures in this bill that will stipulate that VAT is due from online sales by companies that import goods into the UK, ensuring a more level playing field for our bricks and mortar retailers. Another of the opportunities presented by our departure from the EU and the end of the transition period is our potential ability to crack down on tax evasion, and the bill also makes technical provisions on this issue. But as well as realising the administrative opportunities that we embrace as we leave the EU, this bill also reflects some of the complexities that have inevitably arisen as we, a historic union of 4 distinct nations, seek to disentangle ourselves from 40 years of economic and increasingly political union with our European neighbours. Back in 2016, during the referendum campaign, I wasn't actively involved in politics and I wasn't a member of a political party. But, Mr Deputy Speaker, I agonised over my vote, torn between the moral conviction that our UK Parliament should be sovereign and the practical acknowledgement that any divorce after 40 years of union will be complicated and messy. And of course, Mr Deputy Speaker, both are true. Following 17 million votes to leave the EU, it's right and democratic to leave, but it's also complex and a challenging process that has tested our determination and our resolve for 3.5 years. And that's why this bill must also make provision for all circumstances that we may face following the outcome of ongoing trade negotiations. And we can't gloss over or underestimate these complexities or pretend that they shouldn't exist. The history of the relationship between each of our 4 nations is unique, and it's based on cultural and relational settlements as much as law and statute. Whatever the outcome of the trade negotiations, we have to ensure that we have a VAT and customs framework in place to allow trade across the UK to continue as seamlessly as possible. That's what this bill will achieve and why I support it as a sensible, responsible and necessary piece of legislation.
Alistair